Hey guys, it's time for my review of Halloween Horror Nights 34 in Orlando, Florida. We have killer clowns with chainsaws, trading bracelets, sexy Death Eaters, sparkly vampires, diner zombies, man-eating cat people, Art the Terrifier clown, super sexy people, 100-minute wait for haunted houses, skull-shaped food, creepy dolls, and guys, there is beautiful cinematography ahead. This is Lee She Travels. Okay, let's talk snacks. So we got the Death by Cheese Stick. It is a giant mozzarella stick covered in breadcrumbs and chili flakes. I really didn't expect it to be this spicy, although that cheese pull was chef kiss. However, because it was so spicy, we decided to give it a 2 out of 5. Now I also got to try the pizza skull, finally. It's basically a giant hot pocket filled with hot steamy cheese and pepperoni. It is jam-packed with protein. 5 out of 5, I loved it. So let's talk about Stay and Scream. Is it worth it? Absolutely. What is it? Well, you actually have to get a daytime ticket at the Universal Studios Park, and then you get to go ahead and go into the lines first for a preload before anybody else. A lot of these houses are a walk-on, and I definitely recommend it. If you guys are going to Halloween Horror Nights, I would also recommend the Express Pass. Yes, they are very costly and very expensive, but dudes, my friends, it's going to be a 100-minute wait for anything and everything. A lot of the houses, especially the original houses, were amazing. Especially Dolls Let's Play Dead. You can meet the main character Lila at a special meet and greet right by Transformers. Okay, let's talk Death Eaters. Head over to Diagon Alley. Make sure you bring your wand. There are Death Eaters roaming around looking for someone to duel with, and you may get picked for their show. It is so awesome and so fun. Go ahead and do it. So we'll get back to the houses, but let's talk scare zones. I was thoroughly impressed with this year. Universal put so much detail in the costumes, the sets, and of course all of the interactions with the characters were so personable and so fun. I had the most wonderful time walking through every single scare zone. Especially Club Horror. You get to stop here and dance, but just keep in mind it gets a little crowded. It's more of a traffic jam, so get your groove on, head on out. Masquerade Dance with Death was my all-time favorite scare zone. It is all about regal vampires unleashing hell at this magnificent ball. I absolutely adore the costuming in this scare zone. Everything was so beautiful, from the ball gowns to the regal suits the men wore. I absolutely loved every part of it, and every single one of these scare actors put their heart into this performance. It was like a party with goblets of blood. Guys, you got to get there at sunset. The colors are absolutely beautiful. Now, after years of us begging for this, Mel's Dine-In actually has zombie characters outside, and they're on roller skates serving delicious food. Our next stop is the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane. This entire scare zone is about these trick-or-treating kids being lured in by this old cat lady and turned into vicious, man-eating cats. Some of them, however, get lured in to be victims and the food for these so-called cats. They have a little show outside. There's 2 versions of it. You guys have to see it. Both are super amazing. Also, they have a walkthrough scare zone, so definitely check that out and visit these furry friends. Our next stop is going to be in the front of the park. It's actually going to be the pathway between Villain Con and Despicable Me. It is the origin of horrors. Now, this entire scare zone is filled with gargoyles, giant birds on stilts, and a couple of other surprises along the way. This is a chainsaw zone, be careful. Next is Mutations Toxic 20s. This scare zone is about an entire town being infected by some toxic waste, and they turn into these crazy looking abominations. I love the black light in this area. Everything glows. Shout out to Jojo. Jojo is my good friend. I could not believe I ran into him at the scare zone. But anyway, yes, the lighting effects, the costuming, the acting, everything was on point in this scare zone. I definitely would say this is my second favorite scare zone of the night. Great job. Keep in mind, if you do have the AAP pass, they have several locations throughout the park that is much different from last year, so keep an eye out. Okay, let's talk houses. Jason, 10 out of 10, only because every single character in the house was hot. Shout out to you guys. Let's talk Terrifier. Now, I don't like gore. I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen clips of it. I did not like how strong the meat smell in there was, but I also went down the entire wet bloodbath path, which makes you super soaking wet. But other than that, I will give it a 7 out of 10. Good job, guys. You can also meet Art, the Terrifier clown, out in the streets. He's always having fun riding his little tricycle. Now for the Horrors Wyatt 6 house, I give it a 1 out of 10 because I found this house very putrid. This smell was really, really hard on me, just like the Terrifier house. I usually am used to that meat smell, but for some reason they've amped it up and I felt nauseous. Also, the exit is super far from the entrance. So if you park an ECV over there, it's gonna take you a long time to get back. Even the shortcut gets crowded and it's still a long walk, so keep that in mind. Five Nights at Freddy's was okay in my opinion. I loved the animatronics in the beginning, but it kind of fell flat after a while. Grave of Flesh was terrifying. I recommend it. 9 out of 10. I did the unmasking tour. Check it out. My second favorite house was the El Artista Spanish Haunting. I give that a 10 out of 10. Absolutely beautiful house, guys. Also, Dolls Let's Play Dead. I want to give a shout out for them as well. And Hatchets and Chains Bounty Hunters were really good. Now, if you guys are going to do Nightmare Fuel, you got to get there early because they no longer have the holding zone. You now have to preload in a line and wait a hot minute to get inside. Get there early to make sure that you get in that show. If you have a wheelchair or ECV, you are preloaded as per usual, but you do have to get there about 45 minutes early to actually get a place. If you have the AAP pass, they're not going to let you in that preload zone anymore. It's only for wheelchairs. Now let me go ahead and review Nightmare Fuel. I love this show. Every year I come, I have to come see Devin and Elvina, and I gotta see the Fuego girls. They are absolutely amazing, and they never cease to shock me. They always come up with something new every year, and I love how Devin got his own little dance up there on the stage. Awesome. Woo! I don't know about you guys, but somehow this year felt a lot more raunchier in a good way. Especially this scene. I think a lot of us were really turned on and excited for this. So yes, please, more of the lesbian arrow acts. We really do like that. So hot. A few other things I want to mention about the event, guys. If you are trying to rent an ECV, they're about $75. Wheelchairs start at $15. If you are trying to get an AAP pass for the event, you have to do it in advance. Please head on over to Universal Studios website for more information on how to apply to get that pass. Another really good tip I can give you guys, I have noticed that the queues have gotten longer and the waits have gotten higher. So please wear comfortable shoes or bring a backup pair of shoes like Crocs because they will really save your feet. They saved mine for sure. A really fun thing that they're doing in the parks this year is everybody is trading friendship bracelets. So if you guys are wanting to trade, make some, bring them to the park, look around. They all have them on a grapple hook trying to trade them. Keep an eye out for it. Guys, I really love this year and I'm actually trying to go back again with another friend and I'm going to bring my own friendship bracelets to trade. So keep an eye out for me, guys. And thank you guys again for following. Please like this video, repost if you hung in here as long as you have. I really do appreciate your support, guys. I'm finally in the Creator Fund. Hooray! Thanks again. Love you guys. Bye.